Edgar, darling, what time are you off today? You know I've been feeling down lately because my morning sickness got worse and I haven't been able to cook proper meals for you. I'm feeling much better today and want to go grocery shopping to make something for you. Do you have any cravings? How about lasagna? It's your all-time favorite. It doesn't require many ingredients and it's easy to prepare. I can just toss it in the oven after gathering all the ingredients, so I think I can handle it. What do you think?
Just do what you've been doing. You don't need to make anything for me all of a sudden. I feel uncomfortable about you doing this, so you really don't have to do this.
Don't you think it's inappropriate to say things like that, knowing so well how much I've been struggling until now, being 5 months pregnant and dealing with morning sickness all day long? Despite feeling nauseous and miserable all day, I've been commuting on packed metros and doing all the housework every day after spending hours at work. It's not easy being pregnant, and I've been doing my best to manage everything, so it's not fair to hear complaints from you without any consideration. What's the point of making me uncomfortable with your dissatisfaction, especially since I'm carrying our child and need your support?
I must say that I find that aspect of yours suffocating and unpleasant. Why do you have to make such a big deal out of your pregnancy when everyone else gets pregnant as well? You're not the only pregnant lady in the world, and yet you need to show off your pregnancy and morning sickness by clinging to the toilet seat and making a fuss. Do you have any idea how exhausting and draining it is for me to watch you do that repeatedly for months? You don't put on your makeup, wear high heels, or dress up in clothes that fit properly anymore. There's a significant change from how you looked before. It's confusing and disorientating for me. Women should always be women, even when they're pregnant, and they shouldn't have to give up their femininity. We've only been married for 6 months, and it's supposed to be the honeymoon phase, but instead, you're showing me this ugly side of you. Men are naturally drawn to things that are pretty and beautiful, but how can I accept someone who is neither? I can't even look at you anymore.
What do you think the pregnancy is? It means that there's a new life growing in my belly unlike before. Things have changed and they'll never be the same. My body's going through significant changes as I nurture this new life growing inside me. This period of pregnancy requires me to be extra cautious and attentive to my body's needs. It's not just about me anymore, but also about the tiny life growing inside me. Every decision I make, from what I eat to what I wear, can have an impact on the well-being of my growing baby. While I try to understand that you consider fashion and femininity important and that you want me to look my best, it's also important to realize that there are some things that should be avoided during pregnancy, especially the first 5 months of the pregnancy. Wearing heavy makeup, tight clothes, and high heels may not only be uncomfortable, but it can also be harmful to both me and my baby. For example, wearing high heels can cause balance problems and increase the risk of falling, which could be dangerous for both of us. As my pregnancy progresses, my belly will begin to grow and my body will continue to change. Of course I want to look and feel good, but I need to keep in mind that my baby's safety and health come first. I can't compromise my baby's well-being for the sake of appearance.
That's exactly what I'm talking about when I say suffocating. You didn't need to give me a long lecture. To be honest with you, it's really hard for me to accept a woman with a protruding belly from a physiological standpoint. But from now on, your belly will only continue to grow and become more bloated. The thought of a heavenly pregnant woman walking around the house is horrifying. Yuck.
That's nonsense. Isn't it natural for my belly to grow when I'm pregnant? I find it creepy that you think it's horrifying. I find your reaction disturbing. You were happy about the pregnancy news when you found out about it. Why are you acting this way now after only a few months? I eventually became happy that I got pregnant, but you were the one who convinced me to have a baby to begin with. I was hesitant, but I agreed to your request because you were insistent on having a child. You're the one who wanted the baby.
I thought I wanted a baby. I pretended to be happy because you were happy and my parents were happy about it. I was swept away by the atmosphere and pretended to be liking it, thinking that I had to like it too. But as time went by, your belly grew bigger and bigger, and I realized that if we had a baby, I would have no other choice than to sacrifice my whole life to feed, clothe, and teach that baby. The thought was suffocating and unbearable. So I finally came to realize that I couldn't live my life as an irrigate just to support my wife and child like everyone else. I'm not cut out to be a breadwinner.
What nonsense are you talking about? It's natural to feel scared and overwhelmed at the thought of new life being born. Our life will be upside down, and I get that you might be scared. However, I'm also working and contributing to our family finances. You don't need to be scared anymore. You're not doing this alone. Why are you more scared than I am when I'll be doing just as much as you, if not more?
Of course, there's no doubt about the fact that you're a nearly perfect wife who makes money, does well with household chores, and cooks well. But sometimes that perfection can be suffocating to me. It feels like I have to do just as much as you do and as well as you do, which is just too much pressure for me. I can't live like this anymore, so I've decided to leave. I want to spend the rest of my life with someone who makes me feel comfortable and relaxed. I've been thinking about how to bring this up for a while, but I think it's better that things turned out this way. Let's end things here. I think it'll be better for both of us and for our baby in your belly.
What do you think you're doing? Are you saying you're gonna run away with another woman? You must not be in your right mind. How could you even think about leaving with another woman, leaving your pregnant wife behind?
Look, I'm sorry that it turned out this way. I've made up my mind and there's no point in forcing me to stay, as it'll only make you more miserable. Forget about someone like me and live strongly by yourself, giving birth and raising the baby. You're good at making money, doing household chores and cooking, so you can definitely raise the child well on your own. I'm leaving you because I can't bear the pressure when I'm with you. Don't try to contact me even as an excuse to talk about the baby. I don't want to know about either you or the baby. Let's make a clean finish here and go our separate ways for the rest of our lives. Do you understand? When my feelings become stable, I'll contact you to proceed with the divorce.
Hello, I'm a woman in my mid-30s, married for 6 months and 5 months pregnant. My husband and I dated for only about a year, which was not a very long time, but I decided to marry him because I thought he was a kind, warm, and responsible guy. We were both very happy when we found out about the pregnancy, and I thought we could live happily ever after with our baby. I never imagined I'd be betrayed like this in my 5th month of pregnancy. Only 6 months into our marriage, and while I was pregnant, I never even imagined that my husband was cheating on me behind my back, let alone planning to run away with her. I thought something like this would only happen in the movies. He informed me unilaterally that he was leaving me and filing for divorce, and then packed up and left immediately. I was left alone in an empty house, shocked and unable to even turn on the light. But then I received a text message from someone very unexpected. Did your husband say he's not coming home today? What do you mean? I'm asking if your husband left with another woman, leaving his pregnant wife behind. I'm saying, how the hell do you know about it? That's because the woman your husband is running away with is me. You must be shocked. Don't be too shocked, though. It's not good for your baby. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry that I fell in love with your husband and caused him to run away with me, especially when you're pregnant with his baby. I didn't plan on going this far. I just wanted to casually meet a few times and then end it. But you know how greed works. It wasn't that easy to let go. The more we met, the more I wanted to make your husband my man forever. I suggested that we run away together because I couldn't stand the thought of sharing the love of my life with you. And surprisingly, he immediately agreed without any hesitation. I know it's really unfair to you since you're pregnant, and I feel terrible about that. What can I do, though? His soulmate is me, not you. So please accept it and let him go. However, I want to emphasize that it's not entirely my fault. I understand that you may feel betrayed and hurt, but it takes two to tango. Your husband was too easily swayed after a few casual encounters, so it wasn't entirely my fault. He came to me without any hesitation, and it almost ruined the fun for me. But as we continued our relationship, I realized that he was the one for me.
Do you think any of that makes sense? How could you do this to me when you've been my friend for 15 years? Not only did you have an affair with my husband, but you also planned to run away with him. Don't you have any morals, conscience, or ethics? Is this what you do to me as a fellow woman? Do you think I'm just gonna let you get away with this?
So, what are you gonna do if you won't let us get away with it? Your husband and I both quit our jobs already, which means you won't be able to find us anywhere. With his skills that earn $100,000 a year, he could easily find a new job even if he quits his current one. He also promised to support me financially from now on. I'm sorry that I let you go through all kinds of hardship while pregnant, commuting on a crowded metro to go to work, but let me have a relaxed, luxurious life as a full-time housewife. Now that you have to support your child on your own without a high-earning husband, you'll have to work even if it means walking to work.
I never knew you were such an audacious scumbag. Do you think you can steal someone else's husband like a thief and live happily ever after? There's a saying that goes, what goes around comes around, and you reap what you sow. Do you think you can sleep comfortably every night after doing something bad like this? Maybe you can for now, but eventually it'll all come back to you.
It's your arrogance if you say loving someone is a crime. Is there a law that says you can love and monopolize him, but I can't?
You're a criminal who committed adultery with a married man, and you need to pay the price for what you did. Did you dare to engage in an inappropriate relationship with a married man because your little brain didn't understand what adultery is?
If you want to receive alimony, talk to Edgar. He's my guardian and proxy from now on, so consult with him about anything related to me. Got it? Well then, I have to run away with the love of my life now, so I'm done here. Hope you have a safe delivery, and I hope you won't be whining and demanding child support from Edgar. I guess it's impossible for us to remain friends any longer, so I'll go ahead and block you now. Let's not contact each other ever again.
Irene, my darling, how's our baby doing? The baby must be about 6 months old, right? Is it a boy or a girl? Who does the baby look like? Oh, I wish it was a boy like me. You must have been through a lot by delivering and raising the baby all on your own. I heard that the first 3 months of childcare are the toughest. Hopefully you didn't have so much of a hard time. I know you're a strong person and will make a great mother. I've been able to lose myself because I had a faith in you that you would be good even without me. And now, it's over, so don't worry anymore. I've decided to return to you and our baby. Aren't you happy? I want to buy some baby formula and diapers, but which brand should I buy? The locks at the house are still the same, right? You've had to wait for a long time, but the wait is over now, my love. I'll be over there soon.
What the hell are you talking about? How dare you talk about coming back home after running away from home with my friend? I thought you left because you loved her to death. It's been only a year. Is it over already? I'm sure you're trying to make a way back home because you have nowhere else to go. Do you think I'm a joke? Why should I accept garbage like you when I'm not a trash can?
Doesn't everyone make mistakes at some point in their lives? Don't men cheat once or twice in their lives? I know that my actions have hurt you deeply, and I wish I could go back in time and make things right. I understand that trust is not easily given, and it takes time to rebuild it. However, I want you to know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to regain your trust and make things right between us. I understand that you might be feeling angry and betrayed right now, but please, understand that I was not in my right mind for some reason. I was foolish and immature at the time, and I made a terrible decision that I regret deeply. I know that my actions have hurt you, and for that, I am truly sorry. I want to make it clear that I'm also a victim here. I made a mistake, and now I'm paying the price for it. I regret my wrong decision, and if I could turn back time, I'd never leave a woman like you and follow Haley. I mean what I'm saying. I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive me for my mistakes. I'll do everything in my power to make amends and show you that I'm worthy of your trust and your love.
Would you forgive yourself for what you did if you were in my shoes? I'm not interested in how you're sorry or how you made a huge mistake. You shouldn't have made such a decision in the first place. You left me for a woman whom I believed to be my friend when I was pregnant with your baby. It was unilateral and it hurt me so much that I couldn't even breathe. But that's over now. I figured out how to live a life without you, and I had no problem living one all this time. I have no intention of using old and worn-out used goods that were used by another woman, so just go to court and file for divorce. You should live with her proudly as you have been so far after the divorce.
It's completely over with Haley. I've endured for a year, but I just can't take it anymore. The house is filled with garbage because she never cleans, and she doesn't even know how to make simple dishes like mac and cheese. She eats 3 meals a day from Uber Eats. Besides, she buys so many unnecessary things, filling our patio with boxes when she doesn't earn any money. I can't live with a woman like her who spends money without thinking and doesn't contribute to the household. Even if I earn a lot of money, it's like pouring water into a leaky bucket. I ended things with her because I realized that there's no one like you. You have a stable job, you're good at cleaning and cooking, and you can deliver and raise a baby by yourself. I finally realized that a neat, strong, and capable woman like you is the best. I deeply apologize for what I did, and I know it's truly shameless, but would you consider taking me back? Can you give me a chance to live the rest of my life dedicated to you and our baby?
Do you mean everything you're saying? Can I trust you?
I mean it 1,000%. No, 10,000%. So please, believe me. If you decide to take me back, I want to make it clear that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to prove my commitment to you. I know that I was a fool making a mistake by leaving and hurting you, and I understand if you need time to forgive me. However, I want you to know that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to earn back your trust and love. I'll actively search for job opportunities, and once I secure a job, I'll give you my entire paycheck to contribute to our household financially. I'm willing to put in the effort to make our relationship stronger and more meaningful than ever before. Oh, thank you, honey, for taking me back. Will it be possible for you to wait for me with your lasagna tonight? Oh, I missed your lasagna so much that's made with your handmade meat sauce and extra cheese on top.
Okay then. I'll even fill the bathtub with warm water, so come quickly. How long do you think you'll take?
I can see you and our baby only 2 hours later. I feel like my tears are gonna burst out of happiness. I'll see you in a minute, honey. Yeah, I love you. I thought you were gonna take me back. Didn't you promise me that you'll wait for me with your lasagna and the bathtub filled with warm water? How could you stab me in the back when I believed it with all my heart?
You're allowed to betray me, but I'm not.
That's why I sincerely apologize for what I did and you agreed to forgive me. Then why did you have to call my parents to come over and wait for me with them? You know very well that I hate touching fish the most, but did you need to force me into their fish market? Are you satisfied?
Your parents requested me to contact them as soon as you come back. They paid me the alimony and child support in full on behalf of you after you ran away with your mistress a year ago. You're an adult, and you should take responsibility for your own actions instead of passing them on to your elderly parents. You should work hard at the fish market and repay the debt to your parents. You have nowhere to go and nothing to do anyway since you quit your job. Did you quit your job so your mistress can't find you like what you did to me a year ago? That's pathetic.
How am I supposed to touch smelly fish? You know that I'm not cut out to be a market worker. How should I do such a vulgar job like selling fish at the fish market?
You're still far from coming back to your senses. You're psycho. I feel sorry for your parents that they raised garbage like you and supported you to college dealing with the stench of fish. Will you be able to become a decent human being just because you wear a suit and work in an office setting when you have such a wrong personality? You have to become a decent person by staying with the stinky fish for a long time. Work hard at the fish market chasing away flies until you pay off all the debts you owe to your parents. Don't even try to contact me, even as an excuse to talk about the baby. When my ex-husband saw our daughter for the first time in court, he instinctively tried to hold her, but she started crying and recoiling, so he never got to hold her. Although he shed tears in front of our daughter, whom he had never even touched, he'd brought this on himself, so there was no value in feeling sorry for him. Isn't it absurd that someone who had given up being a father is now trying to be acknowledged as one? On the other hand, I have a job, and I drop my daughter off at daycare on my way to work. It's never easy to raise a child alone as a single mom, but I have come this far with the help of my parents and in-laws who still support me even though their son is no longer in the picture. My daughter is the most important thing in the world to me, and for the sake of her, I will continue to live my life courageously like I've been doing. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe for more videos.
Francis, I'm just going to go out for a couple of hours, okay? And where are you going exactly? Well, one of my friends is moving away later this week, and I'd like to see her at least once before she goes. Your job is to look after the house. Why do you keep going off and leaving your responsibilities? It's not like I go out that often, Francis. I only go out around once or twice a month. I would hardly say that I keep going off and leaving my responsibilities. Well, every woman should be aware that when they get married, looking after the house becomes their #1 priority. You should refrain from going out unless it's completely necessary. A trip to the shops, for example, is a necessary trip out. Visiting friends just because is not. If you go out, who will be looking after the house? I don't see what I need to be looking after the house for. It's not going to get messed up during the couple of hours that I'm going to be out. It's not that I'm leaving the door wide open and going out. I make sure the front door is locked tightly and all the windows are closed whenever I leave the house. And it's not even like I'm going to be leaving the house empty. You're going to be here, aren't you? Are you telling me that I should stay here and look after the house? At my age? Are you telling me that I can't go out? So basically what you're saying is that I shouldn't go out, right? I'm not necessarily saying that you shouldn't ever go out. I'm just saying that if you're making plans, you should ask me for permission to go out in advance. Yes, fine. I'll make sure to ask you next time. But staying inside all the time is really bad for your health, you know. You go out to meet friends at the weekend, don't you? So why shouldn't I be able to go out and stretch my legs every now and again as well? You go out because you feel all stuffy inside, right? Well, I feel the same. You're much younger than me. You can't compare us at all. You have many more responsibilities than I do. I've already fulfilled my role as a woman. I gave birth to 2 healthy sons and raised them until adulthood. You're just starting out on your journey as a housewife. You still have so much to do and so much to learn. You'll earn your freedom once you've successfully raised your children. I would never have dared to tell my mother-in-law that I was leaving the house for personal reasons in the early days of my marriage. I seem to remember you saying that you were going to treat me like the daughter you never had before I married your son and moved into your house. Now it's clear that she never wanted a daughter. She wanted a domestic servant. You must be tired after a long day at work today. Oh no, you must be much more tired than me. Nah, I feel like I've barely done anything, to be honest. By the way, honey, I've been thinking, should we bring up swapping rooms with your parents again? Why? Are you uncomfortable with us having the bigger room? Yeah, I kind of am. I don't like that we get the biggest bedroom in the house when your parents are much older and could do with the comfort and the space more than us. My dad insisted that we take the big room, so I think he would just be offended more than anything else if we tried to swap back. But what bothers me the most is how your mom keeps going to sleep in the living room by herself. I'm worried that she feels too cramped in the small room with your dad. She prefers it that way, so don't worry too much about it. Even before you moved in and we started sleeping in the big room, she would go and sleep by herself in the living room. Oh, really? Yeah. Ah! Mom, what are you doing? You can't just come into other people's bedrooms without knocking. Oh, stop whining. It's not like I haven't done this before. It's late already. Why aren't you asleep? Mom, with all due respect, it's none of your business whether we're asleep yet or not. Well, of course it's my business when you're talking so loud that you're keeping me awake. I wouldn't be surprised if the neighbors came round to complain about how loud you're being. And then I would die of embarrassment. Try to remember that you don't live here alone. Your father and I are old, you know, and we need to get a full night's sleep in order to function well the next day. What on earth are you doing staying up this late? Especially on a weeknight. Whatever we do at night is entirely our business, Mom, so please just butt out already. Why do you have to come in here and make us feel uncomfortable in our own home? Well, if you're planning on making babies, you should wait and do it when you've moved out of here. You said you wanted to get your own place in around a year anyway, didn't you? Surely you can wait until then. Well, if you keep violating our privacy, we'll move out even earlier than that. We'll get a loan or something. I doubt you would even get approved for a loan in your current financial situation. And even if you did, you wouldn't be able to pay it off and would just end up taking out loan after loan after loan. Well, I'm sure being harassed by the bank isn't going to be that different from being harassed by you, so I doubt our lives are going to change that much. Can you please just leave us alone now, Mom? And if you're planning on coming back, please make sure you knock next time. I may be your son, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to respect my privacy. There's no need to push me! Leave us alone now, Mom, please. I'm sorry, honey. My mom really hasn't been respecting our boundaries, has she? Yeah. I would really appreciate it if she would stop doing things like that. If she tries anything like that again, I'll be way firmer with her.
Congratulations to the two of you. I can't believe we're going to be grandparents already. Make sure you take good care of your health throughout the pregnancy, Zoe.
Of course I will. I'll try and be especially careful from now on. Even if things get hard, it will all be worth it when we have a lovely, healthy little baby.
If that son of mine makes things difficult for you and isn't waiting on you hand and foot during your pregnancy, make sure you tell me about it. I'll make sure he's on his best behavior. And let me know if he's not pulling his weight after the baby is born either.
There's no need to worry about that, Dad. I'm ready to cater to her every need, and I'll be the best dad this baby could ever ask for when they're born. Well, I don't know why you feel the need to say that to our son when ultimately it's the woman's job to look after herself during pregnancy and to be the primary caregiver of the baby.
Of course he's going to need to look after her while she's pregnant. If she's stressed, then it might cause problems with the birth. If he's a nice doting husband throughout the whole thing, then surely it will mean that Zoe will be able to have a smooth delivery without any worries. You got really angry with me for not paying you enough attention during your pregnancies, and I regret not being more attentive to you back then. You were right in saying that the man should make more effort to do things for his wife when she's going through the discomfort of pregnancy.
Did I say that? I don't remember. Anyway, you two said you were going to wait a year before trying for a baby, but I guess things are moving faster than we had expected. It's not my ideal situation, but I suppose I should congratulate you. Is there anything you're really craving at the moment, Zoe? After all, pregnancy is one of the few times us women can give in to our cravings without judgment. Is that really you, Mom? It's unlike you to be so considerate of Zoe like this. Well, when I was pregnant, your grandmother would never let me eat what I wanted, even when my cravings were getting intense. And I was so upset about it that I vowed to never be that kind of mother-in-law when I had daughters-in-law of my own. So you're willing to be nice about that, but you're not willing to respect our privacy and will happily barge into our room in the middle of the night without knocking? Well, it is my house at the end of the day. Surely I should be able to go wherever I want, whenever I want. Mom, you have to understand that our generation do things differently to yours, and we have this thing called boundaries. And when we set one,
like I did the last time you came into our room without knocking. You're meant to respect them.
Your mom was definitely in the wrong for not giving you your privacy. I'll make sure she doesn't do anything like that again.
I really don't know what the big deal is about this. But fine. I'll make sure that I knock next time, okay? Anyway, Zoe, is there anything you feel like eating right now? I'll get it for you. Is it really okay to ask for whatever I like? Yes, of course. Go ahead. I want to eat pizza. Pizza? Why would you want to eat something so unhealthy? Try and think of something with a little more nutritional value instead. But you said you'd get me anything I wanted.
Just get her some pizza already. If that's what she wants to eat, that's what she's going to eat.
Yeah, Mom, you'd be going back on your word if you made her change her mind like that.
But still, she should be taking her health into more consideration now that she's pregnant. She's eating for two now, so she needs to be more mindful about the nutritional value of the things she's putting into her body. I think it's best to steer clear of all junk food during pregnancy. She really doesn't cease to find different ways to get on people's nerves. If she was going to be like this, then she never should have said that she would get me whatever I wanted. What time do you call this? I was expecting you back much earlier.
Honey, you go ahead and take a shower first, okay?
Look at my lovely son, demonstrating how good of a father he's going to be already. He's being considerate of his baby before anything else.
It's actually my wife that I'm being considerate of.
Well, her body is no longer her own, you know. As long as she's pregnant, she and the baby are essentially one and the same. But don't go around thinking that you can use the baby as an excuse to always put yourself before my son. I don't want to see my precious boy suffering because of you.
Mom, I'm not suffering at all. I enjoy making sure Zoe and the baby are well looked after.
This is only the beginning, you know. You'll soon be eating those words, let me tell you. Caring for a pregnant woman is hard work. 9 months go by way slower than you expect. And when the baby is born, a whole new challenge awaits you. I'm sure she'll have you running around after her, fetching this and that, and you won't have a moment's peace. She could at least wait until I'm in the shower to talk about me like that. Though she's talking so loudly that I bet she probably intended for me to hear everything.
Mom, why do you keep talking like this? I don't know why you insist on taking this negative attitude towards Zoe. However hard things may be for me, they will never be as hard as they're going to be for Zoe, who is the one who has to carry and birth the baby. How can you be so cold towards her when you complain about how hard things were when you had me and Paul to this day? You're always saying that Dad didn't pull his weight enough, and to this day you still resent him for it. So if you really think this period is just as hard for men as it is for women, then you should stop giving him a hard time about it.
Your father really was useless back then. It was basically as if I was going through pregnancy as a single mother. Thinking about it now makes me feel so angry.
Exactly. So stop being mean to Zoe and coddling me unnecessarily. I don't want to hear any of this anymore, so just hurry up and go to bed already, Mom.
But still, there's no need for you to be working too hard to look after her during her pregnancy when the real important period is after the baby is born. We don't want you running out of energy now so that you won't be able to do anything then. Your dad was very hands-on once you were born. It was just the pregnancy where he wasn't really the best. But that did mean that he had lots of energy to be attentive when you were in diapers.
Mom, I told you that I don't want to hear any more of this from you. I don't want Zoe to be all stressed out because of you and your ridiculous attitudes.
I don't think you're being very fair. I'm your mother and I'm just looking out for you.
It's because you're my mother that I want you to stop saying things like this, especially in earshot of Zoe. I know what's best for me, my wife, and our baby, and nothing you say is going to influence my decisions.
Even though it's Thanksgiving, not that many people from the family are coming over, so we don't really need to prepare that much food. Okay, Francis. You can't really do too much anyway because you're pregnant, and
And if we make as much as usual, there will just be leftovers, so there's no point in going overboard unnecessarily. It would be a waste of effort, time, and money to make too much.
Yes, I agree.
I'm going to prepare the turkey, so you can just chop the vegetables over there.
Okay, sure, I'll do that. By the way, are Paige and Paul coming today?
I don't know. I guess they'll show up whenever they show up.
They only live in the next neighborhood over. Should I get Peter to give them a call and tell them to come over? That way Paige can lend us a hand and we can get things done faster.
Oh no, it's fine. Both of us are here, so it's not like we really need an extra pair of hands. Let's just do our best to get everything done as quickly as possible between us. If there's anything left to do when Paige gets here, she can jump in and help us then. But there's no point in calling her over especially.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
Hi, Francis. We're here. Oh, hi, Paige. It's so lovely to see you. I'm so sorry. I would have come earlier to help out with the food preparations, but I ended up sleeping in late. I even set my alarm and everything so I wouldn't be late, but it just didn't go off for some reason. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it at all. These things happen. Oh no, I feel so bad about it. You must have had a lot on your plate preparing all that food between the two of you. It's fine! Zoe has been more than capable of handling it. And you've been the one at the helm for the last few Thanksgivings, so you deserve a break. Still, it makes me feel really bad to leave other people to do all the work. Oh, you're so sweet. But honestly, there's nothing to worry about. Zoe needs to get used to the way things work in this family anyway. This is her first Thanksgiving since she and Peter got married, after all. I suppose you're right. I'm guessing you guys haven't had anything to eat yet, right? No, we haven't. I'm really hungry. Everything smells so good. I was absolutely salivating as soon as I walked through the door. We can't have you going hungry now, can we? I'll get you something to eat right away. These two really don't spare a single thought for me, huh? I was the one slaving away in the kitchen for the past 4 hours, and nobody seems to care at all. Zoe! Yes, Francis? Be a doll and dish the food up, will you? Me? Well, yes, who else would I be talking to? But Did you not hear your sister-in-law say she hasn't had anything to eat all day? Just give her and Paul a couple of plates of whatever is ready whilst they wait for the rest, okay?
But I'm really busy now preparing the rest of the food.
Just turn the stove off for now and go back to it later. Do I really have to tell you to do something so basic? Do you not have any common sense?
Can I remind you that I haven't had anything to eat today either?
Well, what were you doing this whole time that meant you couldn't eat anything? We're in the kitchen, surrounded by food.
Huh?
You should have just been picking as you went. That's how the chef eats on Thanksgiving. Didn't you know? It's on you for not doing that. You don't have the right to be upset with other people forgetting to eat before you if you hadn't been taking advantage of your situation. Oh, hi there, Zoe. I think this might be the first time I've seen you since your wedding. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Don't worry about us. We can dish up our own food. You just carry on with what you're doing. You shouldn't exert yourself too much being pregnant and all. It would be quite monstrous of us to ask a pregnant woman to do everything for us now, wouldn't it?
Well, I already am doing everything for you, aren't I?
Don't worry about her. She's fine. You just sit down here and relax. Have a snack on these sweet potatoes whilst you wait for Zoe to dish up your food. Okay then, if you're sure.
But, Francis, those sweet potatoes are for when everyone gets here in the evening.
What do you mean? We're just having lunch at home. For dinner, we're going to be going out to eat.
But you said that I needed to make sure the sweet potatoes were set aside for dinner.
Oh, did I? I must have just said that out of habit. Well, anyway, we're going out to dinner. Paige said that she'll be paying for everyone. Did you forget to tell Zoe, Francis? Oh, that makes me feel so bad.
She's probably done so many unnecessary preparations. Honestly, these two will be the death of me. I'm so tired. I've been on my feet all day, so it's going to be nice to finally lie down.
Zoe!
Yes, Francis?
You two will be sleeping in the smaller room tonight.
Excuse me?
Paul and Paige are going to be sleeping in your room tonight.
What are you saying? This is our bedroom. This is our bed. You can't just kick us out and say that they're going to get to sleep there.
I don't know why you're so surprised.
We haven't even changed the sheets or anything. The idea of another couple sleeping in our bed is weird and quite frankly makes me very uncomfortable.
Why is it weird? It's not like they're strangers or anything. They're family.
Oh, don't worry about us, Francis. We're fine sleeping in the smaller room. I don't want to be making Zoe feel uncomfortable in her own home.
You stay where you are, Paige. Paul is my firstborn. Surely it makes sense for the oldest and his wife to have the bigger room when they come to visit. Besides, you and Peter get to be nice and comfy in this room every night, Zoe. Paul and Paige are just here for a flying visit, so surely you should allow them a little comfort just for one night.
But even so, Zoe is pregnant at the end of the day. The other room doesn't have a proper bed in it, so I'd feel bad making her sleep in there.
Many a pregnant woman has slept on the floor in even worse conditions and still given birth to perfectly healthy babies. Not being in the ideal sleeping conditions for one night won't kill her. Come on, Zoe, out you come. Give Paige some space already.
Ouch! That hurts! Please don't grab me like that.
Don't worry about her and get a good night's sleep, Paige.
Sorry, Zoe. In this house, what Francis says goes.
Honey, what are you doing in this room?
Honey, I'm sorry.
Are you crying? My mom made you cry, didn't she? Don't tell me that she told you to get out of our room and gave it to Paul and Paige.
Yeah, she said that it was only natural for us to give up our comfort for them because they're older than us.
That's total nonsense. I'm really not comfortable with them sleeping in our bed, especially without our permission. You wait right here. I'm going to go and talk to her and set the record straight. Mom! Why are you yelling? It's the middle of the night. The neighbors will complain about us. What? What is it? Are you out of your mind, Mom? What are you talking about? Why would you give our room to Paul and Paige without even asking us about it first? Well, Paul is your older brother. It's only right that he and his wife should get to use the biggest room in the house. But that's our room. You have no right to just expect us to be fine with being kicked out like that. Why do I have to keep repeating myself? This is getting very tiresome, you know. Hey, Paul, get out of our room right this instant. Your brother was working late today, but he still made time to come round and see us on Thanksgiving. You should be a little more considerate of how tired he must be. Why is it such a big deal to have to sleep in the smaller room for one night? May I remind you that Zoe is pregnant? If something happens to the baby because you forced her into uncomfortable conditions, are you willing to take responsibility? I don't know what I did wrong to deserve to be spoken to like this by my own son. When your father comes back inside after his cigarette break, I'm sure he's going to be on my side as well. Well, he can say whatever he wants. If neither of you are willing to hear us out, we'll just move out of this house right now. I don't want to put up with another second of you mistreating my wife and my unborn child. Ugh! Ouch! I think you need to know your place, young man. You're staying under my roof rent-free, and I'm your mother. You need to show me a little more respect. Just because you've started building a family of your own, that doesn't mean that you get to start blatantly disrespecting your parents to their faces. Nothing good comes from alienating your parents, let me tell you. Are you not embarrassed to be causing such a scene in front of your brother and his wife?
Francis, I really don't think your behavior is acceptable here.
Oh, you startled me. Why course you have to keep on yelling like this in the middle of the night. No matter how angry you may be, how could you think it's okay to slap your own son around the face like that? You're saying that Peter should be embarrassed about causing a scene in front of Paul and Paige? Well, I think you should be embarrassed for slapping Peter in front of them like that. Excuse me? Don't you be getting ideas above your station just because you're pregnant. I'm your mother-in-law. I automatically deserve your respect. How dare you raise your voice at me? I'm trying to correct my son's insolent behavior, and how I choose to discipline him is none of your business. How is it none of my business? He's my husband. However much you think you deserve unconditional respect from me, I'm not going to give it to you if you're going to raise your hand against my husband like that. And you didn't even hit him because you wanted to discipline him. You hit him because of your ridiculous pride. I think you owe him an apology. How dare you! Francis, please, calm down. Zoe, no matter how upset you are, it's no excuse to be rude to Francis like this. I think you owe her an apology. She's right, you know. This really isn't acceptable behavior towards your mother-in-law. You should keep common courtesy in mind even when you've lost your temper. I really don't know why you're all ganging up on Zoe like this. You all disgust me. I don't want to spend another second under this roof with all of you. You can spend the rest of the holiday without us.
Honey, your mom keeps calling me, and once she realized I wasn't going to pick up, she started sending me texts. She's saying I'm an irresponsible daughter-in-law with no sense of loyalty to my new family.
Don't cave in and reply to her. Turn your phone off if you have to. She doesn't deserve for us to give her the time of day.
Okay, I will.
Also, I feel really bad for your parents. They must have been shocked by us showing up in the middle of the night.
It's fine. They told us to come right away without hesitation as soon as I explained the situation to them.
I suppose we didn't really have any other choice since there was no way we could stay at my family's house after what happened.
I just feel so awful about everything that happened.
Why do you feel bad when it was clearly all my mom's fault?
Still, it mustn't be nice to fight with your family like that.
It's fine. I don't need my family if that's how they're going to behave towards me. I'm so tired of my mom so obviously preferring Paul and Paige over us. She'll happily pay attention to me when he's not there, but as soon as he shows up, I get tossed to the side like yesterday's trash.
I just can't believe that she really would go as far as to slap you like that in front of everyone.
This is why we need to stand firm and not accept any calls from her and not reply to any of her messages.
Yes, of course. Honey, I don't think it's convenient for us to stay here any longer. We're really far away from your work, so it's taking you ages to commute. And all our clothes and stuff are still at your parents' house. How about we just swallow our pride for now and head back there? We've had a few days respite now. Your parents must be worried about us, so maybe it's a little cruel for us to carry on ignoring their calls.
I suppose you're right.
Would you look at that? I just turned my phone on and a call from your mom is coming through immediately.
Give it to me. I'll talk to her. Hello?
Is that you, Peter?
Yeah, it's me.
Are you really not coming back? I admit that what I did that night was wrong. I'll apologize. So why don't you just come back already? Your dad is also feeling really bad about the whole thing.
Fine. We'll come back this evening.
That's great. Will you be having dinner with us as well?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, come on, have dinner with us. I'll make all of your favorite foods. Also tell Zoe that I'm sorry, okay?
Okay, sure. I will tell her.
I never would have thought that she would reach out to us and apologize.
I know, right? This is strange. Well, I guess we should get ready to head over there this evening.
It's so nice to see you two again. What are you carrying there? My parents bought you some pastries from your favorite bakery. We hope that you will enjoy them. Oh, that's so nice of them. Dinner's almost ready, so make yourselves comfortable. Why is she being so nice to us today? I feel like something is afoot here. Oh?
What's wrong, Zoe?
Honey, our stuff.
What about our stuff?
I feel like a lot of it is missing.
Wait, what? What do you mean, missing?
The cot we bought for the baby and a bunch of clothes and shoes are gone. The maternity clothes that my mom bought me, those are also gone. And the special comfort sole shoes she bought me so that I wouldn't be in as much pain whilst I'm pregnant. What's happened to them?
What? What could have happened to them? Did somebody take them?
And even the matching sunglasses that my aunt sent us from Mexico are gone.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Where could they have gone? Don't tell me. Mom? Mom! Can you come here a second?
What's the problem, Peter?
Did you do something to our stuff?
Oh, about that. I thought you guys had a little too much stuff, so I gave some of it to your brother and Paige to use instead.
You did what? Mom, you had absolutely no right and you know it.
There you go again, yelling at your poor old mother. Do you think you can just raise your voice at me however you like now, huh? Come on, Francis. Surely you can see that this was wrong of you to do that. Why would you give Paul and Paige things that aren't even yours without asking our permission first? I don't know why you're so upset over this. I only gave them things that you weren't really using. I didn't touch any of the things I've seen you using often. It makes me especially uncomfortable that you gave them all the things that were gifts from my mom. Those were not things that I don't use. They were things that I am going to use eventually when the time is right. And whether we were using them or not isn't important. The problem here is that you can't just give away things that don't belong to you. In what world do you think that would be okay?
Mom, you better call Paul right now and tell him to bring our stuff back. This is basically no different to theft.
What do you mean, theft? We're all family here. I would just call it sharing.
If you don't call him, I'm going straight round to his house.
Hey, where do you think you're going? He needs to get up early tomorrow because he's going on a business trip. You shouldn't disturb him.
Paul! Paul! Open the door!
Oh, Peter, what are you doing banging on our door like that? Didn't you go back to Francis's house already?
I heard that you guys stole some of our stuff.
We didn't steal anything. We just borrowed a couple of things from family. I don't see any problem with that.
Give our stuff back right this instant. Even if we are family, you should know that it's not right to take other people's stuff without asking.
I really don't like this tone you're taking with me. And why are you just standing there watching, Zoe? Are you really going to let your husband talk to me like this? I don't see any need to interfere when I agree with everything he's saying. Even if Frances said she was giving the stuff to you, surely you should have had the decency to say no, knowing full well that it was our stuff and that she hadn't asked our permission to give it to you. It's bad enough that she thought it was okay to give you our stuff, but it's worse that you were willing to accept it. Well, I don't think we've done anything wrong.
What's going on here?
Honey, your brother and his wife have the audacity to show up on our doorstep and accuse us of being thieves.
What makes you think that you can just come here and make a fuss like this? We have elderly neighbors and it's getting late, you know. You call yourself the responsible older brother. If that were true, you would never have accepted my things as a gift from Mom. I don't know why neither of you can see that this is not acceptable behavior.
Frances! Why do you keep slapping my husband? He's your own son! I can't believe you would keep behaving in this way towards him. You would never dream of doing something like this to Paul, would you? So why do it to Peter? Get out of my way! Did you really just push me out of the way? What on earth has gotten into you? If you're all going to insist on acting like this, then we don't want to be a part of this toxic family. I can't even stand the sight of your faces anymore. Who are you calling? You're
You're not calling my husband, are you?
Hi, Mom. Yeah, it's me. So, as expected, things didn't work out with going back to Francis's house. Yeah, if it's okay with you and Dad, Peter and I may need to stay with you a little while longer. I can't say exactly how long it will be, but it will have to be until we can afford to move out and get a place of our own.
Yeah, of course that's okay with us. There's always a place for you in our home. Don't worry if it's going to be late. You can show up whenever. Are you okay? Did something happen?
Whilst we were staying with you over the past few days, Francis stole a bunch of our stuff and gave it to Peter's brother and his wife.
What nonsense! Give me the phone right now and let me talk to her. Hello? Miriam, is that you? Would you be so kind as to explain to me why your daughter is so disrespectful? Did you never teach her how to talk to her elders? Why would anyone show respect to somebody who clearly doesn't respect them back? Even if you are her mother-in-law, that doesn't change the fact that you stole her stuff. Seniority doesn't mean you automatically deserve respect, you know. You need to earn it. Do you really think the way you've been treating Zoe and your son is normal and acceptable behavior? No, it is not. Excuse me. I refuse to send my son to live with a woman who is willing to blatantly insult me. You're obviously going to mistreat my son. Oh, look who's talking. Are you saying that you've been the perfect mother to him whilst he's been living under your roof? Even if I am a mother who doesn't teach her daughter to respect her elders, he'll be 1,000,000 times more comfortable with me than with you. There's no one to blame for your son and my daughter wanting to get away from you other than yourself. How dare you be so rude to me? Well, don't think that I will just sit here and take it. I can dish it out as well. Oh, whatever. Stop wasting my time and just accept that your son and my daughter are going to be living with me from now on. If you don't let them go without a fuss, I'm prepared to drive down there and give you a piece of my mind face to face. You're not the only one who knows how to play dirty. I've been through a lot in my life, but never have I encountered a woman as awful as you. This woman is clearly out of her mind! How dare she? Give Zoe her phone back already. Hi, Miriam. I'm so sorry about all this. I know it's a little sudden, but my own mother is dead to me from today onwards, so I really hope you'll be willing to accept me as your son. Of course I will, sweetheart. I've always thought of you as the son I never had. Don't worry about anything else, and just bring my daughter safely back home, okay? I'll make sure your room is ready for when you come back. Thank you so much. Just where do you think you're going? I won't allow you to go and stay with that woman!
Francis, you need to realize that the person in the wrong here is you. You have created the situation. You have pushed us away. And now you've lost any chance of having a relationship with your grandchild, and your youngest son will probably never talk to you again. Also, I'm not sure if you're aware, but my parents are in a much better financial situation than you are, and we will be much more comfortable there. Until we hear a sincere apology from you, I have no intention of giving you the time of day. We're really not coming back this time, so you'd better be prepared to start doing all the chores without me again.
Have you lost your mind, Zoe?
As for you two, if you want to be treated like adults, start acting like adults. It's embarrassing watching you act like this at your age. You're so immature and petty, and if you ever become a mother, I pity the poor baby who will have to grow up in your household. I'm sure they would end up very messed up because of you, and end up leaving you one day just like Peter is leaving Francis. Please, for goodness sake, hurry up and grow up already. Yes?
Hi, Zoe. It's me, Francis.
Yes, I know.
I don't know what I did in my past life to deserve such a rude and ungrateful daughter-in-law like you, but I'm not willing to lose my son just because of you. How about you stop this nonsense already and come back to live with us?
I told you before, we're not going back until we've heard a sincere apology from you.
Are you really going to carry on being stubborn about this? Families shouldn't cut each other off just because of one silly disagreement.
I saw that you gave the pastries my parents bought you to Paige and Paul.
Hmm?
I follow Paige's social media, and she posted pictures of her eating them the other night.
Oh, well, of course, if you'd been there, we would have had them at home and shared them with you. But because you weren't, we just gave them to Paul and Paige.
That just goes to show how little you appreciated my parents' gift. You always say one thing and then do another. It really makes me think that I just can't trust you. I'm sorry, but I really can't stand the sound of your voice anymore, so I'm hanging up. Please don't call me anymore. If you have something you really have to say to me, you can just send me a text.
What did you just say?
If you try and call me again after this, I won't pick up, so you shouldn't even bother.
You do know that I know where you live, right?
Are you going to come here and harass us?
Of course I'm going to come. I'm not going to lose my son to the likes of you.
Even if you do come, I'm not sure if Peter is going to want to see you after you slapped him in front of Paul and Paige twice. You better be prepared to be heading home empty-handed after your son rejects you. But if you're willing to take that risk, then by all means, come. All of that happened last week. We're currently settling into our new life at my parents' house. We also were able to get everything Paul and Paige stole from us back. My mom asked my uncle to help Peter to get a job in his company, which is much closer to my parents' place than his old job, and he will be starting there next week. Frances did actually come here once, but we didn't give her a chance to speak to us. Instead, my mom poured a bucket of water over her head from the second-floor window, and then she ended up leaving, defeated. After that, she stopped contacting us altogether. We did, however, get a call from my father-in-law, saying he was sorry for everything that had happened. Peter decided that he wanted a clean slate and blocked and deleted all of his family's numbers and social media accounts. Now Frances can just rely on her favorite daughter-in-law, Paige, to do everything for her. I also refuse to have anything to do with that family after the way they treated us.
Hey, Zoe.
Oh my goodness, Paige! What are you doing here?
Can we talk?
I don't really have anything to say to you, though.
Even so, we've come all this way to find you. Can you at least hear us out? Well, nobody told you to come here, did they? I have no idea what you want from us, but you're not welcome here. Hey, that's a little harsh. Come on, honey, calm down. We didn't come here to fight, did we? I guess not. Let's just head inside, honey. I have no interest in hearing what these two have to say. Won't you just give us 1 minute of your time?
Fine, I'll give you exactly 1 minute.
The thing is, Zoe, would you perhaps consider going back to live with Frances? Without you around, she keeps making me come over and do the cleaning for her, and she keeps asking me to accompany her to every single doctor's appointment. You know what I'm like, Zoe. I can't do things like that.
If you don't want to do those things, you can just cut Frances off the way that we did.
But she cooks for us and brings us gifts every now and again, and she would also be a huge help if we decide to have a kid in the future.
Ah, is that so?
You were so good to her for all of that time. Even though you didn't always see eye to eye with her, surely you can't be so heartless as to really decide to never see her again.
So, let me get this straight. You come all the way to my house to ask me to come back and be Frances's servant again because you don't want to do it. Is that right?
I wouldn't say servant. You guys had a good relationship, didn't you? I always thought you two looked so sweet together, cooking and doing chores together.
Stop sugarcoating your words. You just want to carry on lazing around all day whilst Frances waits on you and leaves me to do all the dirty work that you don't enjoy.
I just think that you're way more suited to looking after elderly people than I am. I'm giving you a compliment. Do you have any idea how much I'm holding back my anger right now, Paige? How dare you come here and try to manipulate my wife into doing the things you don't want to do? Is this really all you came to say to us? If that's it, we don't want to hear any more. Please just go home already.
Wait a second, honey.
Hello?
Hi, Frances. Long time no see.
What are you doing, calling me out of the blue after so much radio silence?
Paige and Paul have come over to my house to see us.
Why would they do that? to ask you to come back and live with me again.
Oh no, Peter and I have no intention of going back to live with you again. However, it looks like Paul and Paige would love to take our place and move into our old room as soon as possible.
Zoe! What on earth are you saying?
Paige was just telling me how she was always so jealous of me for getting to live with you. She said she would love to take this opportunity to move in and get to spend time with you 24/7. I know how much she dotes on you, so I wouldn't dare get in between you. I'm happy to graciously take a step back and let her take the coveted place of your live-in daughter-in-law.
Oh, really? Paul and Paige want to come and live with us? I'm over the moon! I knew that something good was going to happen to me soon enough. I don't need you two anymore if I have my firstborn and his lovely wife by my side. I knew that they would come through and show that they love me the most. I'll go and prepare the room for them straight away.
You'd better be quick. They said they want to move in as soon as they can. I know that I couldn't possibly compete with the affection they have for you.
Anyway, I don't know why I'm wasting my time talking to you now. Now that they're coming, I'll have to throw away the rest of your stuff you left here in order to make room for them.
Yes, that's fine.
Zoe, what have you done?
I'm giving you a golden opportunity to have the close relationship with Frances that you said you thought was so lovely. I knew she'd be happy, but I didn't realize she'd be this ecstatic about it. You should have just moved in with her earlier, then all of our problems would have been solved.
I can't live with her. It will be hell. It's okay, honey. I'll just call her and tell her that the whole thing was just a big misunderstanding and that we won't be moving in with her. Wait, don't do that. If we move in with her, every day will be living hell. But if we don't, she might stop showing us preferential treatment. Let's weigh up our options and make a decision later.
You two really are professionals at being self-serving, huh? You have a little bit of a dilemma on your hands here now, don't you? If you tell her you're not going to live with her, you lose out. If you live with her, you'll be miserable day in, day out. Either way, things aren't looking too good for you guys. I'm sure you'll make the best choice possible. But to be frank, I couldn't care less about what happens to you from now on. Come on, honey. Let's head on in. The food is going to get cold.
Yes, let's. Your mom will be expecting us. Well, I guess this is goodbye now, Paul. I don't want to see you here ever again. Do you understand? Well, I guess we should head home too then, honey. You're too loud! I need quiet to think about our next move. What are you getting annoyed at me for? If I wasn't married to you, I wouldn't be in this situation. Why does your mom have to be the way she is? She drove Peter and Zoe away, so goodness knows what might be in store for us if we live with her. Should I just divorce you? Maybe that will be easier for me. Honey, you can't do that!
Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.